Hello guys, welcome to Data Warriors channel. In this session, we are going to discuss about alias names in SQL, AS keyword. Okay, so what is the alias name? First, that we are going to understand. So alias name is a temporary name. Okay, we are going to give to a column name using the AS keyword. Okay, and then what it will do if we are using the alias name in place of table column name. So it will change how the column name is displayed in the query result. Instead of the original field name, whatever alias name we will provide, that we will get in the query result. And then, but what it will do, it does not alter the actual field names in the database. Okay. This line we will try to understand with help of some practical examples. This alias. Okay. So let me switch to the our W3 school web editor where we are going to understand. Okay. So comments we have discussed earlier, SQL comment. So with help of single line SQL comment, I will write. So what is the alias name, guys? So alias name is a AS keyword we are going to use. Okay. So alias name is a temporary column name given with help of AS keyword. Okay. So alias name is a temporary column name given with help of AS keyword while reading the data. Hmm. While reading the data. So how we are going to use that? So since it is going more than one line, so I'm just trying to use multi-line comment forward slash star, and then after that we will use star forward slash. Okay. Okay. So first what we are going to do as part of our today's practical example, we are going to read all data from customers table. Select star from customers. Let me execute. Okay, we have got all 91 records from the customers table. Yes, and these are the field name: customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, and country. Okay, out of these field names, now we don't want to read each and every field. We want to read the customer ID and contact name data from the customers table. How we will do that? Select, then we will specify those column names only here which we want to retrieve. Select customer ID, then another column which we want contact name, so we will provide contact name as the another field name. Okay, reading specific column data, customer ID, contact name, from which table? From customers. Okay, and now we will remove this query. So now we want to read data from customer ID and contact name from the customers table. Okay, if I'm executing this query, what will happen? Instead of all fields data from customers table, we will get customer ID and contact name details for all 91 customers. Yes, we have got customer ID and contact name. Okay. Now here customer ID and contact names are displayed, which are there in a database. So instead of this, if I want to use the alias name, and instead of this customer ID, I want the ID name to be displayed here, and instead of contact name, if we want name, field name will be displayed here instead of full contact name. So how we can do that? We will use the alias name here, this AS keyword, then select column name 1 customer ID, then AS keyword we will use alias name as we will provide the alias name. What will be the alias name? ID we want, and then here also we will use AS similarly, and then what is the alias name? Here we want to use only name. If I will execute this, then what will happen? Instead of this customer ID and contact name, here ID call, it will appear as ID because alias name ID we are giving after column name, customer ID as ID, and then contact name as name. So name will come here. Let me execute. Yes. So data is same. It is not going to make any difference to data. Only the field name which we are uh, we are getting in the select result, that is a different, that is a alias name which we tried. So is it is going to make any changes to the DB? No guys. So whatever column names are there in database, those won't change, only for display purpose it is. Okay. Now this AS keyword we are using, is it mandatory or optional? No, it is not mandatory guys. AS keyword is optional. So here we will write one more thing. AS keyword is a optional. AS keyword is optional. So if AS keyword is optional, then if I am removing this AS keyword, then it will not impact, right? So let's remove it and try with practical example. So what I am doing, select customer ID space ID we are giving as alias name, contact name space name. So if I will execute this, since AS keyword is optional, then also it will behave same. It will give same result. Yes, ID name. Okay. So whether you are providing the AS keyword or not, it will not matter. It will take those alias name and it will retrieve the data as per that. Okay. Now, next scenario is that if instead of this ID, you have to, okay, you have to read data from customer ID and contact name only. But here in the alias name, you want something like that, customer space ID and then contact space name you want. Then is it possible here? Okay. So how we are going to do? We will write one query. What I am saying, select customer ID. I'm saying as, okay, this same thing we will use in that customer and ID. These two words are there now. We want to give space. Then after that, column two as a contact name. Sorry, sorry guys. Contact name, as we will write for the alias name, providing alias name. What alias name we have to provide? Contact space name. So this is contact space name we will do. And then from which table we are reading? From customers. Okay. So now, huh. So is this work? Means is this going to work, guys? Customer space ID? No, because let me execute. Okay, because till now what we tried, the whole word is like continue. We are not giving any spaces there, right? So let me execute. Yes, you are getting some error. So why syntax near ID? So this is the ID different, because when alias name you are giving, this customer it is taking as a alias name, and then this ID editor is not able to understand why ID is given because space is there, no? It is not able to treat this as a single thing. So you have to use this way. You are giving some spaces between that one alias name, then you have to surround it by the single inverted quotes. Then the editor will be able to understand for customer ID we are giving the alias name as customer space ID, and then here for contact name also you will use single inverted quotes at the start and end. Okay, now it will run fine. Let me execute. Yes, customer space ID is coming instead of customer ID. Instead of contact name, it is coming as contact space name, which we have given. Okay, so just small recap, guys. So what is alias name? It is a temporary name given to the column name with help of AS keyword, and it will not make any changes to the actual fields in the database. Just whatever result we are getting as part of our query, it will change the field names there with help of AS keyword. And these are the some practical examples we discussed as part of today's session. And one more thing we have to remember, AS keyword is optional, guys. It is not a mandatory. Thank you guys. We will see you in the next session.